good afternoon, everybody. We're ready to continue with the next run. My name is Kaethil and I'll be your host for the next 2 runs. Now coming up is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle by ShadowFrost. And I do have to mention, we have met the incentive, so we'll be hearing some nice singing later on. Okay, over to you, Frost.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone so much for donating towards that sing-along of City Escape. I hope everyone is ready for that. It's like gonna be the immediate first stage over here, so you'll probably see a lot of things going on during the level that I can't explain now because I'm singing, but I'll try to explain most things during the other Sonic stages that we'll see there. With that said, can I get a countdown? Oh yeah, it's the immediate first level, so enjoy. Woo!
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south. Block all major roads and capture the suspect.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Can't stick around, have to keep moving on. Guess what lies ahead? Only one way to find out. Must keep on moving ahead. No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Trusting in what you can see. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through, prove it to you. Follow me. Oh yeah. Danger is lurking around every turn. Trust your feelings, got to live and learn. I know with some luck that I'll make it through. Got no other option, only one thing to do. I don't care what lies ahead. No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Find the next stage no matter what that may be. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow me. Set me free. Trust me and we will. Okay, it stops. There we go, guys. I hear people wanting more, but I'm not that great with the other lyrics of the other songs in this game, though. Oh. So yeah, the Devil City is... Hang on. There we go. The Devil City Escape.
Yes!
Thanks, everyone. Thanks to everyone who has donated for that. I hope it was enjoyable. And now we can actually continue with the actual speedrun, because there were so many things that I wanted to explain, but... Yeah, I guess I just won't explain them. I'll explain them later. So with that done, the first Sonic stage is done. This entire game is based off the regular stages, which the Sonic stage right now was one of them. And there's also a lot of boss fights in between. One of the boss fights is this guy over here, Bigfoot. And the idea behind this boss fight is that you have to hit the cabin where the pilot is. He'll start flying around, and he goes a little bit too high to actually jump there. But we can use these convenient boxes to actually jump high enough. So we're just going to wait on this box over here. And once he gets close, unfortunately he broke another box. Oh, make sure to turn around here. And hit him one more time, and then we're going to use the box again. And there we go, he's already down. We don't, like normally he'll fly around for like a very long time, and then eventually he'll land where you can hit him. But we're not going to wait for that. So yeah, now we get to a different kind of stage, which are the knuckle stages. And the knuckle stages are a lot of RNG. We have to go treasure hunting. And, wait. Okay. My audio cut out for a second, but it's back. That's it. yeah, we get a pretty fast first piece over here, and we actually see a different piece flying around in the air. That's actually really good. Like sometimes you can find pieces earlier than you're supposed to find them. That way you don't have to go back later for finding those pieces. Oh, need the one up here. There we go. 26 seconds is pretty alright for a knuckle stage. That 3-piece definitely helped there. This is the fastest knuckle stage out of all 3 of them, so this one is kind of the hardest to explain the concepts of the knuckle stages, but we'll see some more knuckle stages later, and then I'll go a little bit more in depth about these.
Do you happen to have time for a donation?
We definitely do.
Yeah, okay, great. We got a €10 donation from JW13. Best of luck with the run, Frosty. Even though I sadly wasn't able to join you, I know that you can destroy that run. Bless RNG and bless everyone making this event possible. Thank you very much for the donation.
Oh yeah, that was really unfortunate. This was originally supposed to be a race with JW, the guy who just did a donation. Unfortunately, last moment he couldn't make it anymore. So, JW, I've got this. I can do this. Also, we just defeat Dr. Ekman. It's fine. Now we actually go to the third character, Tails. And Tails is probably usually the least favorite part of most runners, mostly because Tails has kind of interesting controls, because we're in this mech suit over here. And this stage, to advance, we actually have to kill a lot of the enemies, so the doors open, and we can advance. However, Tails is kind of weird with his controls. If Tails tries to turn, just making a turn while walking, Tails actually loses a lot of speed. Therefore, you'll see me doing a lot of these jumps around corners, because when you do a jump, you lose a little bit of speed, but it's definitely way less speed than you would lose if you would try to just walk the corner. So right now we're just killing a lot of enemies, and we're gonna get on this elevator, but we're gonna go sit behind the elevator, because it's something we can do. And while we're here on the elevator, we can already kill an enemy pretty far in advance, which already opens the next door. And we also don't have to wait for the gate to lower again to get off the elevator, because we were behind it. So a few more of these corners. Here we gotta hit the enemies on the other end. Yeah, the tail stages, the neck can sometimes be a little bit tricky to control, but this is probably the most intense movement level of the tail stages, just because you have to take so many sharp corners and have to wait a lot as well sometimes for these gates to lower. But later we'll see some other tricks with tails, which are gonna be more difficult and gonna be pretty interesting to see. Also, you see me there going a little bit lower than you normally would. If you actually walk back and then just do a 180 immediately there, Tails' hitbox actually becomes a little bit lower, making you to go under that gate just a little bit easier, and a little bit earlier, just saving those few extra milliseconds there.
Frosty, I've got a question from the chat. Your everyday speedrunner wants to know when your race will be.
Wait, which race? Do you mean the Hero Story versus Dark Story race? Because that could be definitely an interesting thing as well, because there's two different categories, or, well, there are a couple of different categories in this game, but two main categories are the Hero Story, the one that I'm showing off today, and there's also Dark Story, where you take control of Shadow the Hedgehog, Rouge, and Dr. Eggman, and the runs are approximately the same length. Therefore, making a Hero Story versus Dark Story race could be something interesting. I would definitely be willing to show that off. Also here, we're trying to skip some of these loops. Going through a loop is slow, and I don't like going slow because we're stunning. Gotta go fast. So here we're gonna do a spin dash jump just to clip into the loop there, because it's still a Sonic game. You can clip into all kinds of balls in Sonic games. With that spin dash jump, you can actually skip a lot of things. Here we actually you can use that little ramp there to actually use a spin dash jump to jump all the way to the top of the little section here. Therefore, we don't have to go all the way around And yeah, we don't have to go all the way around, and that's slow. Making for a very interesting countdown from 7 to 0. Here we get a little more of the boarding section we also saw during City Escape. Definitely this one isn't as long as before. Here we're gonna skip one more loop by just jumping out and just landing right on top of the goal ring there. Then at the end of each stage you also get a score based on how well you did. Here we get an E rank of excellent. Definitely excellent. Definitely not a bad rank. But yeah, for this category, it doesn't really matter what rank we get in the end. There's only one category in this game, or one more major category in this game where it actually matters, which is the all emblems run, where you get all emblems. And for that you need an A rank in each stage. I found you, Faker. Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. Sorry, this is just such an iconic scene. I can say this. Most people who run this game can just say this entire cutscene from the top of their head. It's just. Alright, so here we're gonna fight Shadow. We have to hit him 3 times. So we're gonna just let him do a spin homing attack there, just so we can immediately attack him from the back there.
You know who I am.
And yeah, that was. We'll see more of Shadow. I really like Shadow as a character. It's probably my favorite character in the Sonic franchise. It's also kind of where my username came from, partially.
What are you doing? Hurry and get back here right
Anyway,
now
here we get a little cutscene with Sonic and Shadow, and Dr. Eggman tells Shadow, like, hey, this island's gonna blow up. Because, I don't know, it's Dr. Eggman. That's what evil characters do. So yeah, we're actually, for this next stage of Sonic, we're actually timed. We have to get up to the goal ring within 8 minutes, but we got plenty of time for that. So during the run, during the Sonic stages, you'll see me doing a lot of the spin dashes, just because you get way more speed from a spin dash than from actually running. And this isn't, this definitely works for like these flat surfaces over here, but where it starts to become really interesting is when we get slopes down, because you actually get you can go to really high speeds with when you roll down a slope. Way faster than the game kind of intends you to. Sometimes making the game a little bit glitchy, but well, we should be fine. Here, we're gonna roll down again just because it's the fastest way. Here, I'm going out of the roll on purpose just because that's one of the points where if you go a little bit too fast, you can actually just fly off there. And yeah, you don't want that. Here, we're gonna skip a loop, because why not? Here we're actually gonna quickly use a light dash, so we can grab the rings that are over there, and we don't have to wait for Sonic to fall down all the way to the spring. And we'll just use some more of these springs. Now we're gonna get to a cool little skip over here. Normally we have to walk quite a bit of path here, but there's no invisible wall here, so the camera was a little bit tricky there. But with that, we just skip like and having to go all the way around the tree, and that would just be slow. We were already getting towards the end of the stage. We definitely didn't need all 8 minutes. The only final section here is these platforms falling down, where we can just quickly jump to the highest jump pad there to make it to the goal ring.
Huh. No problem.
And now we can continue back to a knuckle stage, which I can now finally start explaining a little bit more about the knuckle stages, if I'm correct. Let me make or okay, it is a knuckle stage. It's Pumpkin Hill. So yeah, during these stages, as I mentioned before, we have to find 3 pieces of the Master Emerald, and throughout this level there are these hint computers. If you use those hint computers, you can you get a little hint on where the piece actually is. Therefore, if I get this hint from somebody grass, normally I would know where it is, but I've kind of forgot which one of the 2 it is. I know it's on top of one of these 2 mountains. Oh, it's the other one actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, normally by the first hint you can tell where it is, but since there's like a lot of hints, lots of different locations. It's behind there. I do that. Yeah, okay. Don't fall down, please. Knuckles. Pumpkin snowman, that's all the way over here. But yeah, normally by the first hint you can tell where the piece is actually gonna be. And I saw this one was over here. Why do I get these pieces that I'm not 100% sure of? Where is it? Oh god, this is definitely not showing off how you're... I knew it was somewhere around here. Oh, it's this one. Of course.
One more left.
I'm completely at a loss here. 3 against 3 staring at each other, that's over here. But yeah, the pieces, they come... There's certain... Wait, it's not this one? Oh, then it's the other. Oh, I know what it is. I keep being conflicted between the different hints that could be it. This one is in these trees over here. Okay, not the greatest Pumpkin Hill. Let's just forget about what happened there. I'm just gonna claim the marathon, or I don't know. It's a marathon run. Things can happen.
This is perfect.
I'll do a better explanation during the next stage. This is probably one of my worst stages, Pumpkin Hill, just because it's such a big, wide open level, so it's kind of sometimes a little bit difficult to navigate through it. Anyway, we're going to continue to the next Steels level, and here in this stage we're going to get a new power-up, which is going to make some interesting things possible. For now, we just have to quickly get through the section here with a lot of robots shooting at us. These robots kind of get stronger over time the further you get in the run. So now they can actually start shooting lasers at you. Here we jump up here, but then decide again to jump down. Just so, if we do it like that, this platform over here won't lower. And then hopefully, if I use this trick correctly, unfortunately I couldn't. Let me take a step back. We just got this hover power-up where we can start hovering. And the interesting thing about the hover power-up is that if you hover fast enough after you jump, you actually gain more height than with a regular jump. Therefore, you can sometimes reach higher platforms or jump over objects, which you normally shouldn't be able to. Therefore, normally you aren't actually to make that cycle of the weight dropping down. However, if you use one of those pulse buffers, where I pause right after I jump, because the sooner you do the hover after your jump, the higher you go. Therefore, I use a pulse buffer where I jump, I immediately pause, and then after that I can quickly time to actually get the most amount of height out of my hover jump. We call them hover jumps. Here we're gonna hit the switch over here. We purposely let this weight drop down just so we can use it to ride the elevator back up. Unfortunately, because I acted a little bit slow, I wasn't able to make the cycle in the back there. You see one of these platforms moving in the back there, up and down. But at this point, it's approximately as fast as just. Yeah, we're gonna go for a little bit of a skip. We're just gonna fly over this section over here, just because we can. And we get slowly but sure we will get to the end here. These platforms can be kind of tricky. Sometimes if you don't have enough speed there, you just kind of get forced to the side there. That luckily didn't happen. And here we're just going to shoot all the cars, because these cars are really light for some reason. And with that, we make it to the end of the stage.
I did it!
Yeah, tail stages are definitely my least favorite throughout this run. Luckily, there aren't a lot of tail stages in this run. I believe there's 4 of them. And that luckily isn't that much. Like, there's like 7 Sonic stages or something. Anyway, Aquatic Mine. Here we get a little bit of an intro cutscene, and certain pieces, which if you get to RNG, you can actually see them already during the intro cutscene. Fortunately, I didn't see any of them, so we have to go the standard way. Those skulls looking at each other in a cave. I believe that's... I'm just checking a few extra locations here and there. Wait, no, it's not there. Come on. I'm having so much trouble with some of these pieces. This one is just in this pad over here. Kind of an unfortunate first piece because it's kind of far away.
It's closer. 2 more left.
Hopefully we get some better pieces afterwards. This is like a big part of the run of RNG where sometimes you just get really bad luck and you have to deal with it. Here, this one. No, it's other one. Gonna go. Oh, up here.
It's closer.
This box over here. Or to not fall down. And the final piece is the main pillar. That's alright. There's like one set, 2 pieces in here that are just really slow. Both of them.
It's closer.
Flying around here. There we go. There's like 2 pieces in here which are really, really, really bad RNG. It's usually you can either do a pretty difficult flip for it, or you have to go raise the water level and do a huge swimming section, and that would just be really slow. So I'm really glad that I didn't get those pieces. But yeah, those pieces are just completely random. There's a set amount of locations where they can be in, and sometimes you get good combinations, sometimes bad combinations, and it's a big part of the run. Okay, now we're in probably my favorite still stage, because it's kind of a unique stage because we're driving in this car over here, and you'll start seeing me doing this weird drifting over here. It makes me seem like a really bad driver. However, this is actually the fastest way to go, because if you're in this slipping state, you actually have a way higher top speed or maximum top speed than you would if you aren't slipping like this. Therefore, I try to keep this slipping state as much as I can throughout this entire level, mostly because, it's faster. Here I'm also going to go for an interesting little glitch if I can properly set it up. Like it is a little bit slower, but it's just cool to show off. So here I'm going to kind of hit myself against the wall, and now we're driving backwards! Woo! And now we see Tails just staring into our soul while he's driving backwards. He's a really good driver like this. Like, if you can drive this fast like this backwards, you're really good at driving, I have to admit. Yeah, it's kind of slower to do, but it's still, I just love showing this off during marathon runs. So for the rest of the stage, it's mostly just collecting rings and boosting whenever we, right after we go up a hill, just because you lose some speed when you go up a hill. So if the host wants to tell anything about whatever, that would be a perfect time.
Well, thank you very much. We are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize monthly gatherings in the Benelux for the speedrunners. We're streaming live from Alphen aan de Rijn in the Netherlands. We also want to thank ESA for supporting the event and allowing us to stream on their channel. You can consider using your free monthly Twitch Prime subscription right here on the ESA channel. You will get access to both the ESA and BSG emotes, and you get to support both the events. We're raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and a higher quality of life for those already battling with the disease. 95% of your donations will go to the Dutch Cancer Society. The other 5% will help improve BSG.
Thank you. So yeah, we made it to the end of the stage. We found the president because, let me actually tell a little bit about the story because I haven't done it at all yet. So the story is Eggman figures out that there's some secret weapon to could potentially destroy the entire world. And we figure out that it's in space, that it's like a huge space station which can destroy the Earth. So Eggman already has access codes to go to space, but we're now talking to the president, who also has the access codes to go to this hidden base in here to let us go to the... Well, it's not really the moon, it's a space station. So here, we're gonna go do some interesting flips throughout this level. Because first things first, we're not really supposed to be walking on those platforms over here. This level involves a lot of these platforms that if you shoot all the dynamite underneath it, that it will lower and then you can actually get on top of it. But that's just really slow to do. So we're actually just gonna... It's one over... Oh, wait, no, it's the other one. This pulley actually gives us a little bit more height when you jump up a bit. Therefore, we can skip this section over here. Really fortunate. And here, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna just fly over here, having to deal with weird cameras. Because, like any camera you see being done during this stage, it's all automatic. I can't change anything about it. Well, I technically could, but that would mean slowing down, and yeah, we're not slowing down. So, as you can see, these doors take 3 hits to actually shoot down. You try to shoot them open as fast as you can, just so you can keep your speed before reaching the door. But if you can, you just try to avoid the door altogether, which we're gonna do over here. You're gonna jump over this door over here, and use these stars to jump over these 2 doors. And then this final one, we can shoot down, because we actually got a little bit of a path there to actually start shooting it. Oh, there. I jumped barely in time. If I'd done it a little bit earlier, I would have fallen down. Oh well. And we're getting close to the end here. I'm going to use here another one of those hover jumps, just so we get a little bit more height, and we can actually skip over this section here so we don't have to blow up those doors. Over here, I'm going to be shooting this door and already shooting some dynamite up there. That way I have to shoot less dynamite when I'm being over here. And with that, we only have to open one more door, and ta-da, behind the final door was the goal ring.
I did it!
So luckily, there's only one more sales stage left. Unfortunately, it's the most difficult one, but I will be a little bit before we go to that one.
Easy.
So now we're gonna go to the Sonic stage where Sonic officially becomes broken, because we're gonna find a really cool power-up in here, which is gonna help us with a lot of things. For this first section though, we're gonna just roll down and gain an enormous amount of speed. Even that much that I'm gonna be trying to avoid certain boost pads over here. Mostly because the boost pads bring you up to a certain amount of speed, but with the roll we're actually gaining more speed than the boost pad actually would. Here, gonna be doing a spin dash jump, just to jump over this section here. And then throughout this level you'll see these hourglasses that if you hit them, they'll open the door and you have to get to the door in time. However, luckily we can start skipping quite a few of these because the most broken power-up is the bounce bracelet. And as you'll immediately see here, I can go really high with the bounce bracelet. Normally you're only what I was supposed to do? We have to hit this again. Careful, but yeah, the bounce bracelet lets you bounce a little bit higher. However, if you have a lot of forward momentum and then bounce against the wall, you gain way more height than you're actually supposed to go. So there, we gain so much height that we actually get over the invisible wall that they made there. Just because the game thought like, yeah, they're never gonna get that high. Here, we're just clipping through the door because there are some pixels there, which there's just no hitbox, there's no wall there. Therefore, we can just clip through. And now we can roll down again. So yeah, the bounce bracelet is really broken. That's probably the most broken in this stage itself though. You'll see a little bit more use of it here and there, but the biggest skips we've already done with it. The one where we just bounce over the door. But it really makes it convenient on getting to certain higher platforms where you normally wouldn't be able to get to, and there's one trick closer to the end where it's gonna be involved in a really huge skip. Anyway, here we're already close to the end here. There's only a few more loops that we have to skip here. Then once we use these final few dash pads, we'll make it to the goal ring. And that was the Pyramid Cave. Alright, up next is the Knuckle stage. And I have to mention this beforehand. I'm not extremely good at this stage. It's a really big stage. A lot of the hints, a lot of the rooms look like each other. Therefore, the hints that you get sometimes could apply to different rooms. And overall, it's just a big stage which takes long to maneuver. So hopefully, we can make it through. First, we have to get this power up over here, with which we can break iron crates. One you'll see over here. Oh. And for this first one, you have to go towards the blue. I just had to make sure that I was going through the correct door. We need to get to this little section over here. And once we hit this guy, we'll get a key. Like, we're finding a key to get in here. And I'm actually going to be abusing a death here, or not. We're going to abuse a death over here, because a thing that often occurs is that the second piece is going to be in this first room over here. Therefore, Burning Method's not too bad either. Because that one is right over here. Like, a lot of the times the second piece is in the first room. Therefore, usually you want to go for a death warp for the for the second piece. But sometimes like that, you don't get the piece immediately in the room, but it was close enough that we could actually go there. So for this, we need to go towards the weights. In here, I'm just grabbing extra hints just to make sure that I know that I'm heading the correct way. It was unfortunately not the greatest piece location for the second one. But we'll quickly maneuver through the stage here, and it should be hovering underneath here. There we go.
I found him.
Yeah, as you can see, the stage is pretty large. There's like 3 of these rooms. A red room, a green room, a blue room. The pieces can be in all of those rooms. There's also some very slow locations to go to, which we luckily didn't have to go to. So overall, I would still say that the ball is a pretty good death chamber. And with that, we're gonna go to
Who's there?
a boss who makes a very interesting noise. Blah, 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 blah.
A ghost?
And it's a big ghost. It's definitely shout-outs to Nintendo and Mario, because it's definitely King Boo. I just accidentally added a word in between. So yeah, for this guy, what we have to do is we have to hit the small ghost behind him, which is holding an hourglass. Once we do that, he'll actually become vulnerable and we can start hitting him. Normally, you're only supposed to hit him once each cycle, so I'm gonna be trying to hit him multiple times, because once you hit him once, he'll start running really fast, but we can barely keep up with him. If we combo our hits just correctly, I make sure that the final hit also works. There we go. With that, we get him in one cycle where we don't have to wait for him to throw more fireballs and things like that. That would just take so long, and you don't want to do that. Just get a one cycle on this guy, and you're all good. And we immediately go to a next box here, which is the egg golem. And for the egg golem, we have to hit a capsule on his head. And for that, we're going to use these platforms behind him. Quickly get up here, and homing attack up like that. For these first few hits, we're just going to wait for these platforms to appear again. Because if you just let them attack each time like this, the first 3 hits will always be the fast punching attack. Therefore, it's really good to go for. After this third hit, we'll start doing a different attack, which is the head bounce, which isn't that slow either. And after this, you'll do another head bounce. You definitely just want to avoid him doing the spinning attack, because the spinning attack, if you have to wait for the spinning attack, it's just long as attacks. You don't want to wait for that. Like, there is a way to get to his head faster. I'm gonna try to show it off right during the end here, because we have to wait for him to die a little bit. But we can use the bounce races to bounce off that little ledge there. As you saw, I almost gained enough height to actually make it up there. And with that, you can actually hit him way earlier than you're actually supposed to. It's a really hard trick, and I'm definitely not consistent at it, so I never go for it during runs. But, yeah, there's no it's a thing. Now we get to Eternal Engine, the stage that I'm fearing the most during this run. Probably should have mentioned that, but whatever. Because this stage, it's the final sales stage during this run, and this stage, we're going to be trying to skip a lot. Because this stage is normally really long and really tedious and boring, and I kind of don't want to do that. So I'm going to be trying to go for a setup over here, if I get my angle correctly. Fortunately, I couldn't. I'll go for another attempt here, or with the other boxes. Oh, couldn't get it. That's unfortunate. Let's not go for it. Like, what I try to do there is if you break the boxes at a very specific angle and you actually clip, if you actually get underneath the black box falling down, you can actually clip through the wall there. And once you clip through the wall, you can just start flying to the end of the stage because there is some dead planes out of bounds, but there's still so much out of bounds that just doesn't have a dead plane. So I'm gonna go to a little bit further in the stage where I can actually, first of all, keep doing attempts at the skip, and because I don't have to break boxes for the other clip. And it's also a little bit easier than the box clip. Here we have to kill this guy, and the easiest way to kill him is just get close to him, and you'll do the smoke punching attack that Tails can. It doesn't do as much damage as his shooting attack, but most of the enemies die in one hit anyway. Here I'm shooting the balloon just so we gain a little bit more height, grabbing a checkpoint for safety, and let's try to clip through this wall over here. There we go, first try. And with that we're out of bounds. And at this point we just have to hover in the area a little bit. You'll sometimes see some walls up here, which we're just gonna clip through. Oh wait, it's a Sonic game. You can always clip through walls. Yeah, we're gonna just fly like this for a little bit longer. Seems like we're going like to completely nowhere, but what we're doing over here is we're actually flying just to the end of the stage. The goal ring is just a little bit further. My angle is slightly up, so I have to go a bit to the right here. There we go. So once we get here, gotta make sure to not. Oh, I missed the goal ring. No, that's really unfortunate. I was a little bit too far to the left with my hover, therefore I kind of missed the goal ring there. We have to do this again. This is something I was afraid of. Come on, Tails. You got it first try earlier, Tails. You can do it again. Oh. Come on, Tails. You've got this. You have to hit a very specific angle there to actually clip through the wall there. And you need to also have enough speed to go through the wall there. So that's what I'm trying to set up here. I'm trying to maneuver myself in the corner there, just so I get a good angle, and then eventually like that I can clip out again. Oh, we're doing this flying part again. I was trying to play Jingle Bells. Don't know why, but... So hopefully I'm not gonna miss the goal ring this time. I knew once I got that skip the first try that I knew something was gonna go wrong. Like, this is the stage I always fear the most, because those clips can sometimes be a little bit tricky. And as you saw, it took quite a few attempts to actually make it through. I'm actually gonna play the big, really safe here. Sure. What? I missed again. How can I miss again? No. Why? No. Okay, we're doing it again. Game is trying to prove me a point. You should practice this skip more often. Come on, Tails. We don't have time for this.
I would like to make use of this moment to mention that for the duration of this BSG you will have a chance to win a various Steam key. Any donation will make you eligible for one of those 10 keys we're giving away this BSG. So please don't forget to donate if you'd like.
This is so unfortunate. There we go. Like, I'm so... Like, the reason why I haven't practiced this trick not a lot recently, mostly because during runs I try to go for the clip during the earlier section just because it is like quite a significantly faster clip earlier. Therefore, this trick hasn't been practiced that much recently, and yeah, I'm ashamed of myself. That's all I can say. I think I'm just gonna play it really, really safe now because I can't allow myself to feel this again. So I'm just gonna clip back into bounds for now. What? Why were this wasn't supposed to happen. Why? Why was... Normally you're supposed to float in the air there. Why was it still floating there? There we go. I hope you guys like this trick because apparently I'm gonna show it off many, many, many times. Well, I don't even know what I should go for anymore. Do I try to play it safe, but then fail that again? Try to clip through the wall again from behind? I just don't know. I'll try the way that I'm more used to, which is just... there we go. Now we should hit it. There we go.
I did it!
I don't deserve that applause.
I gotta do better next time.
All right, next stage. Nothing happened over here. We're going to go to the next Sonic stage. I think. I'm pretty sure it's a Sonic stage up next. I'm just completely out of my commentary right now. It's first a Knuckles stage. Okay, I can redeem myself during this Knuckles stage. So this is the final Knuckles stage. We're in Meteor Herd. I'm gonna grab the ring just to play it safe. And in the stage, it's pretty large level. However, luckily there are these rockets throughout this entire level, which is gonna make maneuvering around this level quite easy. Therefore, this first piece is gonna be on this platform over here. Like with that hint, it can be in a few different spots around this area, so fortunately it was the final spot that I checked. For this next one, we're gonna go up here. Oh wait, I heard it's over here. God, I completely lost it after that Eternal Engine. Wait, no, it's not this one. Oh, come on, I need to get back in my focus zone. All the way down. Wait, no? What? I'm lost. What? I thought it was up. Okay, I don't know anymore. I completely forgot what I'm doing. I need another computer. Where are they? Oh, I've already used all of them. The height. What was up there? Why didn't it start beeping though? Oh, God, I know which one this is. This is the... How could I forget about this piece? This is like the most annoying piece to get.
It's closer.
All right.
One more
There's the second piece. All right, let's go for a quick third piece. Grab this hidden computer. Come from the star. Okay, I know for certain where this one is. It's over here. It's one of these floating rocks. It can be in a few different ones. I think it's in this one. There we go.
I found him.
So yeah, with the one, the hint jump from a star, it's always in one of those rocks there, and have to use the radar there to kind of get an idea in which rock it is, because it can be in like 4 different rocks from the top of my head. But with that, the knuckle stages are done. So we didn't get rid completely of knuckles yet because there's one boss fight we have to do. Because we're fighting against Rouge.
Did you
We
find
saw her
my
really early in the
emerald?
game in a cutscene that we skipped.
Talking to you is a waste of time.
And for this fight, we're gonna try to cheese the fight a little bit because there's a pretty easy way to get a lot of hits on Rouge quite easily, which is the drill dive. If you just keep using the drill drive right next to her, you can easily get hits in. You just have to wait for the hit
Get away from my
invincibility frames to stop, and you almost immediately get another hit in before she can even attack you back. With that, we've seen all of Knuckles. Hope the Knuckles stages were fun to see. And now we're gonna go to crazy gadgets. Like, we only have 2 Sonic stages and 2 boss fights left. And this is where Sonic stages become really, really interesting. Because we can abuse the level a little bit. We can abuse the bounce bracelet quite a bit to actually get to sections where we're not really supposed to get to. So here we're actually on the wrong side of gravity. There's these switches throughout this entire level which switch the gravity around. But since we're already on the different gravity pointing towards the ceiling, we can already get to this section quite a bit earlier. Here we're gonna go... I'm not even gonna try to go for the more difficult skip here. We're gonna jump down here and just quickly gonna use fall down and just time our homing attack barely at the right timing, just so we can get to that section early. Otherwise, we would need to use a rail. Oh, careful. What am I stuck behind? Anyway, here we go. So yeah, there's quite a big skip in this level, which I'm currently not going for because after that Eternal Engine, I don't trust myself with anything anymore. Which skips like the entirety of the level, starting from 40 seconds in or something. Can be quite... Also, I just realized that I'm so used to doing ILs of this level that I always forget that I have to get a flame bracelet over here. I'm so sorry, guys. Flame ring. There we go. With the flame ring, we can break these iron boxes over here. We only needed like twice throughout this entire run. We just broke one of the boxes which we needed for, and the second one is gonna be like in 5 seconds or even less. We need to break that box to uncover this spring, and with that we've gotten all the use out of the flame bracelet. Don't need it anymore. Here we're gonna light this throughout this entire section here, actually making our way to the end here. These enemies can sometimes be a little bit annoying because Sonic, when you do a homing attack, he tries to target onto certain objects, like enemies is usually the thing he goes for. But sometimes there's like the little glass that we have to... Oh, we need to hit the switch. But yeah, the glass that we can break is also a thing that you can do a homing attack on. And a thing here, there's a very huge puzzle that you normally have to do. With the bounce bracelet, we can skip this entire final section. We just run off the platform there and we just slip through the bottom and we hit the goal ring. So luckily that skip, like the puzzle in the end, is actually quite tedious to do. So doing at least that skip there already saved quite a bit of time. So now, before we go to the final Sonic stage, we're actually gonna do one more boss fight as Tails. And we're gonna fight Eggman again. Eggman has learned some new tricks since the last time we saw him earlier during the run. Some of his attacks can be quite annoying, so I really hope he doesn't hit me with those. So once we hit him twice with our bullets, we're gonna use his huge laser attack, which does an intense amount of damage. So I kinda have to be careful right now. Gonna try it again. So I'm gonna quickly maneuver out of the way, shoot him once more with a bullet, and he's down. You need to hit him with either 4 bullets or 4 of your bigger cannon shots. You can hit him with the punching attack if you get really close to him. Since that does less damage, you would actually need to do more hits on him as well. Alright, final big stage. After this, there's only one more boss fight, and this stage is the stage where we're gonna skip a lot. because we don't like doing this stage because it's long. There's a lot of these rails, and we can just skip a lot of them. We're gonna get to this section over here on the rails, and we're actually gonna jump off the rails on a very specific spot there. Now Sonic gets kind of in this weird angled stage where we're actually falling towards. We're just falling into the stage. What we need to do right now is avoid a couple of dead planes, where if we hit those, we die, and we don't want to die. Oh, I hope I wasn't too early. I think I should be good though. But yeah, right now we're just avoiding dead planes. It seems like not a lot is going on, but trust me, we're falling, and we're falling fast. Because the goal ring of the stage is actually pretty far down, and it's actually underneath this place where you start. Therefore, it makes avoiding these dead planes, if you do it correctly, you can actually just fall all the way to the end of the stage. So in a couple of seconds, hopefully some things start showing up here. There we go. And with my earlier turn, that was just the right timing. Here we're just falling slower down. We can just flip through this wall again. And we use the bounce bracelets just to get to the final section, and we're already at the end of the goal ring. We just skip an entire level, which takes normally at least 3 minutes to finish. Which saves us a lot.
No problem.
So now we only got one boss fight left. We have to defeat Shadow one more time. And once we've done that, we've beaten the hero story, and yeah, that's where the hero story ends. So for this boss fight, we have to do similar things. We have to hit Shadow, but now we have to hit him 5 times instead of 3 times. And we're gonna hopefully time this correctly. Time is coming up soon. It will be once I hit him for the 5th time. So now this is 2 hits. Oh, I have to time these homing attacks, because if I do this correctly, I hit him barely in between his invincibility zone. Oh, no, I got hit. I didn't have any rings. Okay, do that again. Alright, let's actually grab a ring this time, just in case. Oh. Oh, we already hit him twice. But now, if you go too far ahead of him, he'll teleport in front of you. Which, get off the stage! Come on! I just want this run to be over. Alright, here we go again. See if we can time this. 3 hits. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't fall off here. Oh, here I'm gonna time. Oh, come on. That's 4 hits, 1 more to go. And time. No, wait, never mind. I thought that was a hit. No, Sonic! Why? This isn't supposed to happen. Come on, Shadow. Oh. Do I just start playing it safe? Nah. Alright. Try this again. 2 hits. That's a 3rd hit. 4 hits. And... No. Whatever, we're gonna play the safe. That makes timing this so much easier anyway. So yeah, we're gonna let him do a different attack here. If he goes far enough, time.
I am the ultimate light.
Woo! So yeah, if you wait for him a little bit, he'll actually start doing that other attack, making him way easier to hit. And yeah, that was Hero Story.
Sonic.
Definitely not how I had planned this run to go. It's a little bit overestimate. It's a marathon run. It can happen. So I still hope it was a very enjoyable run. I'm just gonna keep this short because we got lots of other cool runs coming up. So thanks so much for watching and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Okay, thank you very much. That was ShadowFrost running Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. We're gonna switch up for the next game, which is gonna be Rayman 2 Revolution. And in the meantime, Twitch ads.